A little double clap at the end there, a little double clap at the end. What's up everybody, CaseyRyan here. I am so excited for this video today. It's been a minute since I recorded the last one about my Launchkey MK4 MIDI keyboard that I got. So I took a little bit of time working on the podcast, and Ray's newest album came out, and I was listening to it, and it's just so inspiring. And so it kind of got my juices thinking, kind of got me in the creative mode. And so I was like, let's plug this keyboard in and let's kind of figure it out together. I have like tested it a little bit just to like make sure that I could plug it in and everything works. So let's just kind of jump right into it. I'm super excited for this. Make sure that if you are liking this content, you're liking the podcast, you want more reaction videos, you want more content of the behind the scenes making my own music, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. I have a goal. I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers next. Once I get there, then that just kind of opens up a few more opportunities for me in the channel. So definitely make sure that you're liking the videos, you're subscribed, you're commenting. Let me know what you guys think about all this content and stuff like that. And if you'd like to get a little bit more personal one-on-one contact with me, join my Patreon. It's only $3 a month, and all the money just goes right back into the channel and helping me grow and with my music. So all of the love and support really helps. But without any further ado, let's just jump right in this. Come on, guys, let's go. Okay, so I have got my Launchkey MK4. This is the kind of like extended one. It's not the full-size keyboard, and I love this because I did used to play the piano, and I'm self-taught with the piano, and so I wanted to have a little bit of extra room to kind of play around with things. You can kind of see in the back there, I guess this way. I've got like a full electric keyboard, but this just allows me to do so many other things. It's got the drum pads here, it's got faders, it's got dials, and so I'm just like really excited to learn this. So I've got it all plugged in. That's the beautiful thing about this keyboard. It works with so many DAW systems that you literally plug it in, make sure it's got like a direct connection. I'm using the existing cable. I don't know if there's anything special about this cable, but I did use a different one. It didn't seem to quite work. So make sure that you're using the cable that comes with the keyboard. Have that go direct plug into your computer or wherever you'd like your DAW to be, and then it's just ready to go. And so you can kind of see it's lit up. If I press some keys, things will work. And I did a 808 flex drum just to kind of like start and see kind of how this all works. The cool thing about this is like I can play the keys down here, and that like plays some of the notes, but also the pads, which makes kind of like learning to do drum beats easier because I got like all these different pads here, which is so cool. So I'm just going through. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I wonder if that can be something. Okay, anyway, let's get back to that in a second here. I've got my kind of pad here. So during my break at the end of 2025, I took some time. I learned Logic Pro, kind of just the basics, but like I've never really produced my own music. So with my latest single, Doing It Without You, that beat was purchased. And then my friend Chris and I, when we were kind of like creating that song, we changed the instrumental up a little bit, kind of took some things out. But that's kind of like my experience with that side of production. All of my other songs, some unreleased stuff that I had from way back when with my other producers and my other record company I was a part of. I was just kind of in the room listening, watching the musicians kind of create the instruments, especially like Stranger. That was all my previous producer and like manager that I was working with back in the day. And so like, this is all new. So I'm just kind of figuring it out. I've got my list here of kind of like the best way to like start a beat. So we're going to be doing this together. So the first thing is to like start with drums. And so I've got my drum kit here. I've got an 808 Flex. I just chose that one. It's one of like a really common like drum kit set. But as you can see on Logic Pro, like I just did electric drums. There's so many different types that just come free. And that's the beautiful thing about having Logic Pro. And I purchased Logic Pro years ago. And so I own this. I know that Apple's got this new like subscription base. I don't know the differences on that. But this is really, really cool. So all that I know that I need to do is just like have a MIDI instrument up, and then I can kind of play around with some stuff. So I like this. I don't know what that is, but let me just kind of play around with this. So. I don't know. It's kind of weird because there's a little bit of a delay, but I wonder. I was only using my AirPods to hear. I'm not doing that. So if I bring this back in, move my mic to the opposite side now so that I don't have that popping in. So then, cool. Okay, cool. So I need to have my headphones in. That works. All right, so with this, I'm going to just kind of like play around a little bit and just see kind of what comes to mind. I like this little thing here, but there's some good stuff here. Okay, this is calling me, so let's come back. I think I want to test something here, so let's do this. I'm hearing something in my head already. I like that sound. Listen to that back here. Okay, a little off there. Let's do the quantize. Come back. Let's do another go at that. I don't like that. Come back here. Okay. Come back. Let's quantize you and see how you sound. Is that a little better? Something's off there a little bit, isn't it? Here, let's close this. It's also new. I'm just learning kind of as we're going with this, but I'm liking that. So I think I need to highlight all of these. And then click quantize. Ah, that's what it is. Highlight and then click quantize. Okay, now that should be better. Now let's hear it. Ooh, missed something there. Okay, I don't like that part. Let's move some of these things around a little bit. So if I come back here, so I like the beginning part. I think that works. So let's cut section 1 here. And I think that's split ahead. Yeah, it is that. Okay, perfect. And then I do like this section, but I think I need it on the downbeat, if that's right. Let's go back bar and just kind of hear. Not quite. Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's hear that. Okay, so then let's come here. I think I got the ending here. And then let's get rid of you. I like this, so we're going to repeat you. And now let's hear how that goes. So I'm just kind of figuring this all out as I'm going, so we're just figuring this out together. Hey, there we go. I'm learning. It's so exciting. I know it's simple, but like I've never done this before, and I like that. I like that. Like what I learned a while ago is like kind of sticking. Okay, so I like that. That's good. That's good. Okay, so we got the. What else could go with that? Ooh. Let's do that. Okay. I don't know if I can have another instrument on here. Let's do a test. No, because I'm sure that will end. I don't know. If anyone knows how to like add another instrument, because I want to do the snare drum here. On that, I'm just going to do another line item. I think that that's like the smartest thing to do is to separate the instruments, but I don't know if any of you know like how I can make this all together without like doing it together. Like I could do like the, which is cool. I'm not that good yet for like consistency, but that wasn't bad. Okay, so I'm going to just duplicate this. New track with duplicate setting. So now we take the R off here. Yeah. Okay. So I want to do um uh, 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 okay. Let's test this out here. It's so simple, but like it's pretty cool. Okay, let's go back. Let's highlight all of these here. Oh, sorry. And then we're going to quantize and let's hear this baby back. Okay. So then okay, what's that? I don't know if that's something, but let's test it. I kind of like it. Let's go back here. I'm taking these off. Let's do a new track, duplicate settings, which is, I could just do, okay, Command D. And I'm working on a Mac, by the way, so that's what I'm saying, Command instead of Control or whatever it would be on like Windows or something like that. Okay, so I like that. This is where we are. Let's see here. Okay, I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, and then I think I just click Q and that quantizes it. Okay, what did that sound like? Let's turn this back on here. Okay. I don't know if I like that part. If I get rid of one of these. Oop. Okay. I don't know if I like that part. So if I put it here. Ooh, that's kind of cool. It kind of like leads you out somewhere, doesn't it? Okay, let's see what else we got. So. We love a clap, right? And we might do the clap instead of the, it sounds like the big kick drum. I'm guessing that's what that is, the boom that we just did. So Command D. Got another line going here. Okay, which one? Clap. Just a steady 4 on the floor there. Okay. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Hey. Ooh, I should. A little double clap at the end there. A little double clap at the end. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, I like it. I like it. Is there a way to do like all of these or something. Command A, cool. And then I can do Q to oh, I did pretty good on that one, and that really didn't move that much. I want to turn this kick down a little bit though. Just make these a little less intense there. Yo, it's simple, but I fucking made that. How fun. Okay, so we've done drums. Let's see, the next thing that we want to do is kind of find the key and lock that in. A really cool thing with this keyboard is you can see it. I've got this scale mode and chord mapping. So in my DAW, which is Logic Pro, I've got the key set just right now. It's defaulted to C major, and I'm sure that that's fine that we can do. So if I click this scale button here, on my LED screen, I think that you can see that it has the C major scale locked in there, and that's just taking it straight from my DAW. So if you want to see if I change this to like F major, and then I click off on scale, oh, it's not doing it. Okay, so how do I change that? Oh, I just use my dial here. I thought it went well. I know that this works perfectly with like Ableton. I'm just not familiar with Ableton at all, and I've already paid for Logic Pro, did a bunch of education on it. So I'm just going to figure that out. If I just turn the dial here, that changed this. You can kind of see it's changing the keys there. So if I do that and I match it up to F major, which is what my key signature will be here, I can click this chord map, and then that puts all of the chords here in this keypad section. I've got some other customized things I can do here. I'm still not like fully sure what this does, but all these dials can do some other things. So like, let's see, we're on drums, so it's not really going to give me a key of anything because I can still do all. Ooh, little riser. Oh, yeah, Taylor Swift. Knew he was a killer. Okay, cool. So maybe she was using an 808 in there. I like that. Got that. Oh, some little. It's so fun. This is so fun, you guys. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. But with the chord map there, actually, that's kind of what I wanted to show you. So let's change our instrument here. Let's add another instrument. So we click add. I want to do software. Let's open up the library here. So I want to do, let's do like a bass. Let's do an electric bass and see kind of like where that takes us with our melody. We got our F major here. So here's our bass. I don't know too much about instruments, so I'm kind of going off of like tribal knowledge that I've heard and just kind of like figuring it out, as I said, as we're going here. So let's see, what does this guy sound like? So when you click on it, sometimes it takes a second. There it goes. If I click on it, I've got these presets here because I've got my chord map on and my scale locked to that. So all of these are going to be in the key of F major. With the chord map, I can just focus on playing all the white keys. I don't have to remember which black keys and white keys are part of the scales of the F major. So for beginners or people like me who it's kind of been a while since I like learned the circle of fifths and choir and music theory and kind of I'm like touching and relearning on that stuff, this kind of like helps any beginner just plug and play, which is really cool. So I can just focus on these things. So that plays that. These will do the individual notes. I never have to worry.
Well, so about halfway through that last video, my audio for my DAW system in Logic Pro, my computer audio, I don't know what happened. It completely cut out, and so I lost the second half of that video. And so kind of a bummer about what happened there, but I wanted to just kind of show you what the end result of that beat was and kind of like where I went with it. And then hopefully on the next video, things kind of work a little better. So kind of a bummer, but still really exciting about getting to learn how to use my MIDI keyboard and creating my first beat. And so here is just kind of a snippet of what that beat sounds like, just kind of on my DAW system here. So now that I've got my Logic Pro pulled up here, here's kind of like where things kind of went wrong. So I was working on the MIDIs, I was doing the 808 drums, things were looking good, and then I started to move over to the bass. And the bass line is kind of where things went south. So ultimately, this is what I ended up finding for my bass line. Let's kind of mute this. I didn't get much further after that. So here is what it sounds like with that bass line. Actually, let's just solo the bass line here. Just kind of like going with the beat there. So kind of like that. All right, so then here's what it sounds like all together. It's a little fun. And then I was starting to play with some synthesizers after that, and this is kind of where I ended the video last. And so here's where I kind of started, and I didn't quite find an ending to this. So it's not quite the full 4 bars here, but this is kind of what I started with. And then I was like playing around with how do I end that section, because I liked where it was going. And I may end up keeping that chord progression because I like that chord progression. I might use that for something else. But here's kind of what everything sounds like all together now. Oop. Hold on. Let's unmute that. Let's go back. And here we go. And then just kind of repeat. So nothing crazy, but I'm super proud of myself for like actually starting my own beat. Like I said, I've never done this before. I took a break in the end of 2025. I learned Logic Pro. I did some education on music theory again, because it's been since like high school since I really learned music theory and the circle of fifths. And with my new MIDI keyboard with the scale mode and the chord mode, where I can kind of just play and not have to necessarily worry about making sure I have all of the white and black keys correctly for each key signature. I know what those are, but as I'm like refreshing my memory, and I don't get to play with my hands as often as I'd like to on the piano because of just my rheumatoid. And so being able to keep things a little more simple for me sometimes is really going to help me long term with learning to produce music, my own music, getting demos ready. So then when I'm ready for something, I can either bring it to a different producer and we can kind of have a jumping off point. Hopefully, I'd ultimately like to be able to just produce my own song, just start to finish. And so that's what this journey is all about. Thank you so much for joining me on it. If you like this type of content from me and you're interested in following my journey, make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. That's where I'm going to be documenting this whole journey of creating my own music. We're still working on the podcast, the CaseyRyan podcast. And if you want the full early access to my content, make sure that you're over to my that you subscribe to my Patreon. It's only $3 a month. I keep it really low. There's only one package, and it's just the extras on all the extra money that comes in from that account goes right into my music, right into the podcast, and just so I can level up. So thank you so much for following me on this journey. I'm super excited about this. I'm looking forward to making some more music. So let me know what your thoughts were on this beat. What are some ideas that you have? What are some tips that you have for me? Let me know in the comments, because anything can help, and I'm excited to be on this journey and have you along with me. Remember to be kind to others, and most importantly, be kind to yourself. All right, until the next one, peace.